tell you. Listen. Next time, listen. Faith. Faith is all that matters. We had faith, and we made it. We are gonna make it. We have a plan. My friends. My loved ones. A plan. It is a real plan. We are gonna leave this place, and we are gonna find our own paradise. Our own heaven. Tahiti. Fiji. Australia. The real new world. Not this God-forsaken dump that all of Europe's detritus has acted out its vengeance on. We are gonna be free. Free.
Yes, we are, Dutch!
There isn't much left to be said about Dutch van der Linde and his questionable sanity. Now, whether Dutch is a villain in the grand scheme of Red Dead Redemption, or a hero that's fallen from grace can be interpreted in many ways. Personally, I think he's been at this crossroad internally, but all it took was building pressure as the gang's leader for him to crack. This leads me to the topic at hand. What I love the most about Red Dead Redemption is how the gang has many subtle ways of reinforcing that the gang and this lifestyle are not meant to last. From the opening cutscene, you are told that this is a new America, and alternatively, as the plot unfolds, that this community is doomed from the start. Coming from the context of Red Dead Redemption 1, this is a new knowledge, but I like to share a bit of the foreshadowing ranging from the story, side missions, and characters of Red Dead Redemption 2.
Take a pamphlet and learn all you can about our wonderful approach to religion.
We've all seen and heard Dutch's compulsive and frenzied speeches of the gang settling in Tahiti and how they'll find their own paradise. But where else do we see a figurehead preaching of the search for paradise? The Chelonian cult that Arthur rescues Jamie from. The entire side mission is actually one of the first acknowledgments that Dutch van der Linde's gang works more similar to the cult than a family. The Chelonians are a religious cult that live in the mountains, and their belief is to reach ultimate paradise they must protect themselves from the world. If you don't hang around camp very often, Dutch will occasionally go off on rants about reaching their ultimate paradise. The Chelonians are an early allegory for the gang, and to a degree how their lifestyle is ridiculous. There's two very specific quotes from Arthur to Jamie that directly correlates with Arthur's position.
Sorry, mister. You come up out of nowhere.
What are you gonna do, Jamie? Live the rest of your life in the mountains with those people?
They're my friends.
You know, nothing means more to me than this gang, the bond we share. It's the most real thing to me. I would kill for it, I would happily die for it. But in spite of all of that, I would have easily left you here to rot if Charles hadn't stuff. Sure. Please tell me you didn't give them any money.
Of course I did. They rely on charitable donations.
Jesus, Jamie, come on.
That is what I like to see.
The most telling part of the Chelonians to the van der Linde gang is that even to the end, people follow Dutch to their deaths. Hosea, Molly, Miss Grimshaw, and Arthur, even to the end, are loyal to the gang. A fun Easter egg during the epilogue, when you play as John, you can go back to the mountains, where the Chelonians stayed at, and, well, it's a quite literal analogy to the gang's fate.
We alone shall be saved. We are Chelonians. We shall not be defeated. We shall be saved.
Hope you're all doing all right.
Are you lost, friend?
Follow me, sir. Follow me. Together, we can be safe. Follow me. With this shell,
I am safe from all things.
Follow me and be saved. Follow me. Follow me. Follow me to Chelonia!
Chelonia!
The Chapter 4 sequence of Gorma undermines Dutch's entire plan of going to Tahiti. It makes a mockery of his plans and shows how the idea of paradise is ridiculous. As Arthur, Dutch, Javier, Bill, and Micah are collectively stranded on an island described as the armpit of civilization by local soldiers. In a cruel twist of irony, this is Dutch's idea of paradise. Away from civilization, away from America, and away from their problems, but no. They are chased, shackled, questioned, and forced to participate in a revolution. And for what? They have to return to America not only to return to their broken family, but they were not wanted. There is no escaping their fate. There is no paradise where they can truly leave their sins behind. Even in the epilogue and in the first Red Dead Redemption, John has trouble changing who he is to become a better person. And as Dutch becomes more unhinged, he would only be blind leading the blind. Gorma, from a story perspective, wasn't a coincidence, but a reality check. So, for my final part of this video, there's something I need you to trust me with just for a minute. I think there's a correlation between Dutch's past and his current love interest and how he treats his men. The connection goes a bit like this. Annabelle is to Hosea Matthews, as Molly O'Shea is to Arthur Morgan, Mary Beth Gaskill is to Micah Bell. It's a bit of a stretch, perhaps, but it's something I couldn't get out of my head. Annabelle and Hosea seem to be more like relics of the past, reminders of his former glory and the good old days. It's also interesting how much Dutch laments their deaths and the toll it takes on his psyche. Molly and Arthur are comparable due to Arthur feeling more like Dutch's errand boy than an integral part of his group. How you personally feel about Molly can differ greatly, but consider her position for just a moment. She's from a well-to-do family and gave up a great life to be with Dutch. How on earth can that correlate with Arthur? Well, there's a poem you can come across during Chapter 2 in Dutch's and Molly's tent. It's titled, and I sure as hell don't know Gaelic, but this is the first answer that Google gave me. It doesn't really define, but it gives synonyms in English defined as aloof, arrogant, and proud. Here's what Molly's poem says. I was a girl until your call. Commanded me across the sea, I've nothing left, I gave you all. My darling lifey was so small, your land and love are vast and free. I was a girl until your call. You stood so strong and dark and tall, you stole the heartbeat out of me. I've nothing left, I gave you all. Your lips enchant, your eyes enthrall. Your empire is ecstasy, and I was a girl until your call. Your parasites and lackeys crawl, mocking a love they dare not see. I sit in solitude and scrawl these wretched words and wait for thee. I was a girl until your call, I've nothing left, I gave you all. This poem is why I connect Molly to Arthur. At the end of the game, when Arthur is on his last breath, and he tells Dutch that he gave him all he had, how, comparatively, Arthur was once a boy who did everything to prove himself to Dutch, how he's unquestionably done what Dutch has asked for the sake of loyalty, for the sake of saving his life, similar to Molly. Dutch may not have saved her life, but she gave up everything to be with him. And this is why I compare Mary Beth to Micah. Realistically speaking, I have no idea how old Micah is. I have no idea if Micah is older or younger than Arthur, but what we do know is that Dutch has a problem with appreciating his older members. Dutch, while still with Molly, will make these incredibly creepy and concerning advances on Mary Beth, who's younger, more youthful, and easier to manipulate. Whereas Micah, who honestly I don't think gets enough credit, takes advantage of this. He knows how easy it is to stroke Dutch's ego. I believe he's more than aware that he can replace Arthur, and with Dutch's personality, it makes it all the easier to throw all he's had away for something new. And with that, I conclude the foreshadowing and some of the symbolism that I've found in Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm pretty sure there's more to uncover, so let me know in the comment section what you think of this game. The plans I have for this channel don't just involve video games. I'm willing to analyze media of all sorts, so if you'd like to stick around, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm your local know-it-all.